Okay.
You're good.
Oh, wait, we can start.
We're recording?
Welcome to episode 3 of All Fin, where we go all in on the Dolphins. Cheers for the win! Woo. What's up, guys? How we feeling? How we feeling after this
Much
last
better.
game?
Much needed win.
Do we really feel good about it though? Like
The defense, maybe.
we won. I guess we have to be happy, but fuck, this is the worst winning game I've seen in a long time. But I'll take it, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was sloppy, but before we get into that, we're going to get into detail. We're going to introduce the first segment. We're going to go with the pre-flop. Remember, guys, the pre-flop has no winner.
Yes, I'm sorry for last week. I am sorry.
All right,
Oh,
so
God.
we're going to draw the first cards. The first cards, the higher hand is going to tell us who goes first. We're going to start with Martin. He is the champ from week 1. We didn't have a winner. He has a jack. And then we're going to go with Alejandro, who has a 5 of clubs.
Jack to 5. Okay.
Martin, you started off. How do you feel about this past week's game?
Honestly, first week back for Tua. He looked good in the first quarter. I feel like we ran the ball well overall, although we gave up on it in the second half, I believe. Maybe even the end of the first quarter or starting the second, we didn't run the ball much. Overall, that's all we saw from the offense. The rest of the game, you were looking at the defense, literally just keeping us in the game, keeping us afloat. That was my take.
Okay, Skinny.
So I'll start before the game. The environment was really cool to be at. I will say that.
Yes.
The Hard Rock team, or I guess whoever the fuck is running the show, with the lights going out and the intro, a lot of fucking Steelers fans, as we see. We know historically they travel very well, but it was a cool game to be at until the second fucking quarter. And I think we saw a lot of rust from our quarterback, from Tua, and there was a lot of shaky moments, man, a lot of them. And we just got to, if we don't get better these next 4 weeks, I don't know if this team is going to get to where we thought it would be. But yeah, right now I'm a little nervous.
Well, you thought that
honest.
way after the first 3 games. I don't think you thought about that prior to the season. You're like, oh, we're going to be, again, I didn't think we were going to be better than the Bills. I did think we were going to be better than the Jets at this point, but obviously due to injuries on the offense and defense, we're not there yet. But I do feel we will be better with, again, a better game flow. The defense gets a little healthier. We have our offense pretty much healthy, other than Austin Jackson, who's really missing on the offense.
Yeah,
very true. I want to say, yeah, there was a lot of sloppy moments in the game. The first quarter was the high point of the game to me.
Came out on fire, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
We came out. We drove all the way down the field. We got the quick score. We got the only 7 of the night, guys. The only 7 of the night.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't. The Steelers scored, bro.
Yeah,
No.
Pickett.
We got the only 7. That was the only offensive drive where we scored in the red zone.
Oh, that's what you
Yes,
meant.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes,
All right.
yes.
I thought you meant the only
That
touchdown
was
in the
the
game.
only touchdown we had.
We
Yeah.
had. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought
we.
you
I
meant
said
the
we.
game.
You need to clear. Nobody knows what the hell your point of view
Exactly,
is.
I only talk about the Dolphins.
Yes, but you're saying your
Off in.
view. You had it on your side.
But this is off in. We only talk about why would I talk about the Steelers on here?
Get to the next point. Get to the next point.
All right. Next point. We're gonna go with the biggest flop. All right, where we're gonna talk about
There is a winner for this one, right?
Yeah, there's
There's
a winner for this one. There is gonna be a winner for this one. We're gonna talk about the biggest flop, where we think is the worst angle of the game, worst player, worst moment, worst anything. We're gonna go ahead and flip the cards.
Just do it, please. Thank you.
4 spades and an 8 of diamonds. Skinny, you're gonna go first.
Okay, my biggest flop for the game. And it seems like from our first episode that we recorded, everybody that we said good things about has gone downhill, and everybody we said bad things about
you guys
has
are
gone
freaking
uphill.
Jesus.
It's crazy. And you know what? Fuck everybody
Hey,
everybody that said once we started the podcast, we just went on a losing streak. We finally got a dub. So go take a hike off a short pier. Okay. But yeah, my biggest flop is Coach McDaniel this week again. So a lot of bad indecisive moments. You saw a poor clock management once again. And I feel like every game the last 3 weeks, you had one play where things didn't go right. And then from there, the offense went completely flat. And then for this week, it was that 4th and 3.
Before that, we were already looking sloppy. But okay,
you're going to have some up and down moments. in the second quarter, we drove, and then some drives got stalled by a Chase Edmonds drop or whatever, a penalty, Liam Eichenberg, when you're on 3rd and 1, and then you get a false start and you go backwards, and it just happened. But I feel like
offense was moving at that point. After that, like
after the first quarter, you mean when there's still 45 minutes left in the game?
I just feel like we did kind of move the ball well.
I'm just saying,
from 20-20 until that second half. Once that fourth quarter play failed, everything, the levee broke, bro. Forget about it.
I think it's very easy to look at the problem, and yes, again, I agree with this guy here. For some reason, McDaniel is not adjusting to what's working. The run game starts, it stops, then you count all game on your passing game, and you see it being stopped. They had a good scheme for Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, people say that he didn't show up, but I still think 8 catches, 7 catches, 88 yards. That's still a good game. It's Tyreek Hill that's had over 115 yards every game of the year. He was kind of quiet. I think that's
he was sitting more in the zone, trying to find the spots.
And I felt like that's what we needed. Tua really wasn't, like, I even saw him kind of off after that first quarter. There were some passes that looked a little like suspect to me, and I get it. He was rusty. He was out there games. Okay, well, I'm just giving you what I'm seeing. The run game is much needed, and we're not using it to our advantage. We're using it when our passing game is well, but when our passing game is bad, they're not running the ball. So I really don't understand what we're really looking for in the long term. You want to build off something, and I feel like if you build off the run, your play action, your long passes, everything is going to look so much better.
Control more clock.
Hey, stop talking. I'm talking. So you're going to be able to open things up. That's what you want for this off. Especially Tua's just coming back from injury. I feel like every week I say, damn, we're gonna do this so you can avoid injury to Tua, and he's gonna get back in and get his rhythm, which I'm not that guy. I still want Skyler. But Tua's still not given a chance to have a run game, and I feel like that's gonna be really where we develop as a complete team.
I think don't you think a little bit after that pop they decided to take Mostert out, or maybe the spotter looked at him because he the one that on the inside, right on the goal line where he got popped.
Went missing after.
Yeah, he went. Okay, he got out for a little while.
That was a little while, maybe like a quarter.
No, like maybe a quarter and some.
Yeah,
but still,
I think that again, whatever. If that's your excuse, what's the last 3 weeks?
No, 100%. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna go with my biggest flop being that 4th and 3 moment. Why? Because it was early in the third quarter. We could have taken a field goal to go up 9 points and be up 2 possessions. With the way our defense was playing, we could have possibly got the ball back and closed out the game early. But you know what? We put ourselves in a Miami Dolphins position.
I've never thought
like I said,
I would agree with you. Here's your
but like I said, that play should have worked. If you look at the angle,
it doesn't matter if the play should have worked.
I don't like the play call.
You don't do that.
Bill Belichick,
it's not the play call. I don't like the decision.
Tony
Forget
Dungy,
the play call. The play call means nothing. No,
listen.
The decision gets
Vince Lombardi, Don Shula.
Can you stop talking? What is wrong with this guy? Listen to what I'm saying. Just hear me out. I get what you're gonna say. Yes, the play call could have worked if we had the right guy in there to do it. But realistically speaking, the call shouldn't have been up for debate. It should have been a field goal. Done. Go ahead.
I gave you your moment. I'm gonna speak now.
All right.
So it's the same thing that always on a 4th down play when you go for the phone call. I mean, for the fucking play call. Sorry, play call.
Call it collect.
When you go for the play call, you get it. You're a genius. You don't. You're a fucking idiot. So, but if you look at that play, Chase Edmonds had a wide open gap. I still don't like the decision.
Can I ask you a question?
Your quarterback is there.
Can I ask you a question?
You need to put the ball in his hands to go and either win you the fucking game there. Because if you score that touchdown in there, they're not moving the whole game.
They haven't moved the whole game to begin with. So can I ask you a question?
All right, but still, let's say we take the 3 there. They had a couple drives where they went into field goal range and they didn't because we were up 6 only. They would have gone for a field goal and it still would have been a 6-point lead. Doesn't make sense. If you go for the win there, if you go for the touchdown,
excuse me, sir, I believe when one team scores, you get the ball back and you could score again.
Yes, you do, but they did. They had several drives where they ended up in range.
I just want a yes or no. You're okay with you wanted the 4th and 3 to go for it?
I had no problem with it. I didn't like the play call. That's what my issue was.
That's where you go. That's your decision. Okay.
I just think the ball should have been into his hands.
That's too much. Who won this segment?
Since Skinny said we should go for it on 4th and 3, Martin just won this segment. Skinny, the only phone call or anything with the phone related is going to be the call that we give Chase Edmonds when he gets cut.
Yeah.
God, that guy is.
All right. So
That
now-
guy's been brutal
Yeah.
since Cincinnati. Like, well, since that drop, everything has gone bad for us.
Skinny,
Every
go
game.
ahead and introduce the next segment for us.
So our next one, we just did the biggest flop. We are turning up next. Turning up. So it's our MVP of the game, or whoever's got the hot hand right now that's been drastically improving. So let's flip. Let's see who everybody's picks are.
Martin just won the last segment. We're gonna let Alejandro go first.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh,
He
Oh.
comes out with
he
an
wins.
ace.
Off
He
rip.
wins.
Well, let's see.
Good.
I can make it a 1 if I want.
Oh,
Ah.
we're playing blackjack.
This ain't blackjack.
This
You
ain't
got the
blackjack.
text.
Go ahead.
No. I want
Alejandro,
this.
Skinny, you go first, man.
Okay, my MVP of this game, Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips,
Son of a
man.
gun.
This guy was all over the field, wreaking havoc. Pickett couldn't stay comfortable, even though I do feel like at times, sometimes the pass rush was failing to get there, and we were letting the rookie have a lot of time to find the open people.
He was getting
at
the
times,
edge.
but this guy's motor was on 100 the entire game. There were plays where he was on one side of the field, and then Pickett scrambling to go and get the first, and he stops him 2 yards short. That play was huge, and it's just he had such an impact. He was a big part of this defense this weekend, and I know Martin's going to be picking a defensive player. I think they're
Martin,
the only players that should be getting credit
let's
this week,
hear it,
but let's
Martin.
hear who he picks.
All right. So this is something I never thought I would say. And
Let's hear it.
I'll give him credit because the last 2 weeks he has been very solid, especially with all the injuries. Noah gets the MVP for me.
Yes,
hands
baby.
down. Hands
We
down.
are all
And it
witnesses.
sucks because I wish it would be more. I don't even need him to be MVP. I want him to be consistent. If he's consistent, who cares if he gets MVP or not? We need the depth right now. No Byron Jones, no Kahoo, no Crossan. Like, even though those names I'm surprised that I'm even saying that's what we're missing, but that's what we're missing. Now, who knows what's happening with Brandon Jones? I don't know if this is an update. We lost Needham. Like, well, what else are we going to lose? Like, Howard's been hurt. Like, we've had literally every corner hurt. The only one that hasn't been hurt, and it's the one that we didn't want on the field, has been Noah.
Let's be real, though. Let's be real. The whole game until the last play, he was getting abused.
No.
Can I finish my segment?
No,
Can
go
I finish
ahead.
my segment?
I will disagree with him.
Yeah,
there.
no, 100%.
Yeah.
6 for 8 targeted, bro.
No, you haven't won
6 for
yet. You
8
haven't won yet.
targeted.
You haven't
Come
won
on,
yet.
and
You
they were
haven't
going
won.
on.
Understand? They literally went towards him the whole game. They didn't throw it to Howard at all. Maybe one pass, I think it was.
And it was
Yeah.
one pass for like 3 yards.
4
I think.
yards. Yeah, exactly. So, like, for you to be, let's think about it. If you're throwing targeted 10 times, what do you expect for it to happen? And especially, you're not an experienced, you're not the person that you expect to make the plays. You're literally being picked on because they think they could bully you. I think he held his own. Other than that touchdown, and maybe one more play that I saw that he looked like he ran inside, like if he was gonna go in for the ball, and the out and
That
he ended up
was
throwing it
another play
outside.
I was
that
gonna
was the other
si- I
play
was gonna
that he
single
didn't
out,
do
but-
that well. But overall, he played solid. Like you can't expect more from somebody you thought that wouldn't even be on the team at this point.
I'm not saying he had a bad game, but it's not like he had a good game. If he didn't get that game-sealing pick, we're not talking about
his only
Igbo.
play that he played well. There was a couple plays that he actually had that were
My
pretty
thing
decent.
with him is that he always gets beat for a big play. He
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
get beat for a big play in this game.
the last 2 weeks.
Everything was
last 2
under
weeks.
him.
He covered Thielen last week.
Yeah,
and he kind of
yeah.
Other than the PI that he had with
whatever.
whatever. You're going to
But
give him something.
he's
out, bro.
improving. I'm not an advocate for him 100% of the time. I'll tell you straight
He's
up.
only there because we have practice squad people.
We're down to our 6 and 7 corners,
Yeah.
which is crazy. And
6 and 7.
let's be real. You would have caught that interception, right? It was thrown right to him.
with the feet in
I
bounds.
would have caught that
Come
interception,
on.
got
And
the
with
feet
out
in
of
bounds,
This guy.
and I would have
And-
hovered and got to the end zone.
All right, but honorable mention for MVP. I know we already mentioned our guys, but Van Ginkel. If you don't
Yeah,
mention
Van
that guy's
Ginkel,
name,
Van Ginkel was on the rush.
He
Finally,
was-
because he's been.
yeah,
This
he's been
season,
a little
he's been a
suspect, but
down part.
you could say the same thing about Phillips. Phillips the last 4 weeks has been looked better.
The
every
last
week.
3 weeks, he's turning up, baby. That's what this segment
That's what
is.
this segment
We're
is.
turning
Yes,
up.
sir.
I agree. So yeah, I just wanted to get honorable mention.
I
yeah, for sure.
100%.
I did
Javon
want to give it
Holland,
to Igbo. I did want to give it to Phillips as well because I told you right after the game, I saw Phillips all over the field.
On every play, he was doing
I'm
something.
going to give it to somebody you guys have no idea of. I'm going to give it to Josh Boyer.
Okay.
I'm
Fair.
going to give it to
All
Josh
right,
Boyer. You've had all these injuries on defense. You continue to hold these teams to low scoring games. You were facing your old head coach, the guy who trusted you with that defense, and Brian Flores, even though I said
Yeah.
it wasn't a big deal, but he was there, I guess. So
You saw-
and your defense showed out. You showed out. You
Yeah.
made the stops. You had the clutch moments. So But for the winner of this segment, I'm gonna go with Alejandro Ortega, Skinny, Gordon, Bombay.
Oh, no cheers for me?
No,
No, thanks, bro.
Bum,
Crickets,
bum,
crickets, here we go.
ooh.
He picked the wrong one. He wasn't going for
Reason
that
I'm
one.
gonna
actually
go with
was.
him. That is one of the things that just caught my eye from the game.
little guy.
No, the Jalen Phillips. I told him straight after the game. I was like, "Yo, I saw Jalen Phillips
100%.
all over the field."
It's not an easy pick because I feel like anybody in the defense could have at least been mentioned as very high up in the list.
Yeah.
So whatever.
And an honorable mention to Quick Draw Javon Holland.
Yes, sir.
Nah, you know that was
That's
wrong.
the
That
one
was
he
wrong.
wanted to use. That's the one he wanted to
That
use
was
on me, you
wrong.
motherfucker.
That was a wrong one. But yeah, Javon
No.
Holland, man, the captain, doing captain things.
And it's literally him and X doing everything back there and making everybody else look a little better,
you
bro.
can't
So big
run
time.
from the code, man.
No,
Big
and,
time.
and honestly, that's a big loss with Brandon Jones.
Oh,
Like that.
fuck yeah.
If we don't see him back in the next couple weeks, he could be out for the next 2 weeks. I'll be okay with it. But if he's out for longer, which I don't know,
They
if even
expected
said-
IR. They said they
Yeah.
expect him to go on IR.
I didn't
What
see
is it?
that.
At least 4 weeks now.
Well, it depends.
Yeah,
I
4
don't
weeks
know
minimum.
if
4
it
weeks
was
minimum.
that IR for
Oh, yeah, I hope it's not season long.
So
No,
let's
but
see.
they always go with the short term, and then they'll extend it if they need to. But
I don't know. It's not looking good.
Brandon
anytime
Jones
soon.
to me has been the best defensive player we've had all season. So to lose him, I do think.
X.
Let me ask you a
No,
question.
because he's been all season healthy there every
Yeah,
game.
but
How do you
fuck.
feel about Brandon Jones in coverage?
No, I'm not saying as a cover. I feel like he's the guy that you can count on to bring the blitz, be there to make those tackles in the open field tackles. But overall, I think like he's been that guy.
Wouldn't you say Eric Jones brings the same thing?
Eric Rowe.
Oh yeah, whoa,
Eric Rowe.
No,
Eric Rowe. I'm so
Eric
sorry.
Rowe has-
Whoa.
Eric Rowe was benched 2 years ago for a reason, bro. I'm sorry. That's not who I think is gonna be the X factor now.
I think
that
he's
Brandon
solid,
Jones is-
man. I like Eric Rowe. He's not bad.
No, he's not bad. But
But Brandon Jones, I feel like he's one of those guys that you have to put in the box, and if he's not rushing the quarterback,
But you have Javon Holland to be back there. That's his position. His position is to come up and make the plays. Not
no,
to
for
be
sure,
back there.
make open field tackles and get the
That's
sack.
what his job
and
is.
blitz.
And he does
Yeah.
exactly what we need him to do.
Yeah, you're right.
So now losing that, which our team has been horrendous at tackling this year.
yeah.
Yeah.
So to lose one of your best tacklers, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to look even sloppier out there.
Yeah.
Keeping it on the defense. Where's Channing Tindall?
I don't even think he's getting playing time.
I
He's
think
not. He's on
came in the
special
Jets
teams.
game. He came
He's
in the
special
Jets
teams.
game.
Yeah, I saw
after
that.
injury,
Yeah.
and then after that, I haven't seen him.
And
Um,
that's rough to say because our linebackers haven't even been anything special this season.
What's
Very
the
And the
true.
fact that you can't even get on the field, it's like, all right.
What's the next segment?
Well, let's move on. What was the next segment?
Next
that we
segment, we're going down to the river. So right now it's 1-1, me, Martin. All right. Down to the river. So we're going to
1-1.
discuss our next upcoming opponent, which we play the Detroit Lions on Sunday, 1 p.m.
They're being slept on. I'm just
Over
saying.
there. Yeah, they've been a little.
They're the best.
I mean, they started off
scoring
hot.
offense in the NFL right now.
They're
Right?
they're top 3 in score.
Thank you.
Everybody's knocking them, but they're top 3
Yeah.
under the Bills and Chiefs. The Detroit Lions. I don't care if it's coming back from behind and scoring those points. If you guys are sleeping on that offense, with that new offensive coordinator, it's looking solid. Yeah, Goff had a bad game versus the Cowboys, but the Cowboys defense has
If
kept
it
them.
what about the game versus-
if it wasn't for the fumble in that Dallas Detroit game, Detroit possibly wins that game.
Oh yeah, agreed. No,
Yeah.
but I'm saying that Goff overall, that was his first game with 2 interceptions this season. Bro, he's actually looked really good in the
My
offense.
thing is, they started off really hot,
All right,
and
all right,
then
let's go first. All right,
Okay.
let's get this
All
going.
right.
Let's get this going.
All right, Skinny won the last segment. We're gonna go with you, Martin. Martin's gonna take the card, and it is a king of
Oof.
diamonds.
all right,
Who's got the high
pocket
hand?
aces.
We got the 10 of
Damn it.
spades. Martin, you're gonna go first. Tell
All
us what you think about the up and coming week.
So, like I was saying, the record is not really going to show us what the Detroit Lions are really going to bring to the table. They've had Swift out for the last 3 weeks, which we know he's an explosive back, and supposedly there's a chance he comes back this week. Williams, although he fumbled in the goal line, he hasn't fumbled in I think that was his first fumble in the goal line or ever in the first 500 carries or something like that.
Yeah.
That was a crazy stat. So for that to happen versus the Cowboys, I think we're going to see a much better team, especially Dan Campbell. If that guy doesn't
Revenge
put on
game.
if
Motor
he-
City Dan Campbell revenge
if,
game.
If that guy doesn't put on a helmet himself and come into play versus us, I'll be surprised. But yeah, I think overall, we're going against a 2-5 team.
Yeah.
They didn't look great last week, but it was versus a very good defensive team in the Cowboys. I think this is Tua's chance to get it going. Show that he could, take some rust off. I think we need to run versus his team. Their corners are actually pretty good. Like I always forget his name. But let's just say their corners are overall really good. Our run game is very pivotal to what I think we can do in this game. And then let's see if we get the ball rolling and play action. Overall, I think we can win this game. Yeah, that is my opinion.
Like we said, like Martin said, this is a 2-5 team that we're going up against, and
You expect to win. I get it.
I
yeah.
think you expect to win.
It's a trap game.
But
Yes.
but
In Detroit.
this is the
In the
game.
den.
This is the game. I think the offense finally needs to show like they can play a full complete game, because we honestly have not seen
And
it this
I said
entire
since the beginning.
season.
I've said that
You
since the
have,
beginning.
and our O-line did improve this last week. You know,
Yeah, Armstead was
the
great.
one positive note I think on Tua this week was the pocket presence. He was moving around the pocket a lot. But please stop taking fucking hits, you idiots. Stop. Slide.
We haven't even talked about that.
This
Go.
guy's fucking ridiculous.
We
He
haven't
just-
mentioned Tua, I think, once.
Hey,
in
why would
this
you?
whole segment.
Tua was this close to being my biggest flop today, because there was
How many interceptions
lot
dropped? How many
of
interceptions dropped?
dropped, and there were a
4,
couple.
by the
There
way.
were a couple touchdowns where somebody's wide open and he missed them, and he tried to force the ball. See, and now this is another thing. I feel like he needs to force the ball to Tyreek to keep him happy, and I think that's in his head. And he's like, I have this
hate
number
that.
one guy, and it sucks.
I hate that
and it sucks
because
because
Waddle is nasty and he's not getting the ball as much as he should. And I feel like because of so much pressure on Hill, that opens up so much for him. And my guy Gesicki needs the ball too. I'm just saying.
Gesicki actually started this game with 2 catches. I don't think he got anything after that, right?
Yeah, after the ball hit him in the fucking face. Fine.
And
No.
same
There was one, but this is the thing where I'm gonna give credit to the Steelers. They started off the game.
Remember, the linebackers are nasty.
It felt
That's the
like
best part
it
of
felt
their
like the
defense,
middle of the
Fitzpatrick.
it felt like the middle of the field was wide open the first quarter.
Yeah.
Like chunk play after chunk play. We even went down a second and like 19 on the first
That
drive
was
after a penalty and then the failed screen.
that
And
was
then Jalen
Flores
Waddle's wide open.
telling Tomlin do a 0 blitz.
I don't even think it was that. It's
I'm
just
joking, bro.
I think
they
was
tried
just
to take away Hill too much. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
too. But I feel like they saw what worked for us and they were like, oh, this is all they can do. Let's cover exactly what they're doing, and then the rest of the game. Look at that. We didn't score another point after the second quarter.
Which that falls on McDaniels for not
No,
adjusting.
don't get me
Adjusting,
started on that
exactly.
guy. Don't get me
That's
Go
the
ahead
only
with what you were
reason.
saying,
That's the
yeah.
only reason why I'm giving Tua a pass for this game. Rusty and McDaniel's game plan after that fucking second quarter, and after that fourth down play, I think went to shit. But I digress. The offense needs to get rolling this week. I want to see a full complete game, and I want to see more than fucking 16 points scored. We need to put 24 at least. That's what I want to see.
I expected 16 points if we were playing in Pittsburgh. For us to be home and only score 16 points, that was pretty.
It was
Yeah.
super disappointing, man. This last weekend, we got to get it going. It's the only way. You're not gonna win any games in this league scoring under 20 points unless you're playing really bad teams. And the good thing is, this next 4-game stretch, we can really tune things up and we can get things going if they do it the right way.
Do you think it was more of McDaniel's fault the why we didn't flow the rest of the game, or would you put some blame on, I guess, Tua's rust?
No, I would say it's McDaniels. If your run game is working since the beginning of the game, you're gonna stick to your run game.
I think it's a little bit of both, man.
He's putting a lot of pressure on Tua by calling a bunch of these passes when he's gonna be his first week back. And he hasn't even seen game action. He's barely been in practice.
I didn't like some of the play calls, man. You had a 3rd and 3, that play action, and both players kind of ended up right next to each other. It was one of the plays where Tua almost threw a pick, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And it just, he was doing really good empty sets. He was doing really good, just getting the ball out quick, boom, boom, boom. Like, and you completely changed from that, and I just did not understand. And yeah, I get it. The Steelers did a good job adjusting to us. It felt like at first they were just too scared, nothing vertical, and they were like, "All right, fuck it, make this guy make some throws."
So, what do you think is going to take for us to beat the Lions? Like, what's your opinion on that?
We need to see a balanced attack. I do think we need to see a balanced attack, but
we haven't seen it the whole season.
You need to stretch the field too a little bit. At least keep teams a little honest, but just play your game, bro. Don't try to do anything too cute, bro.
That's where Martin. I'm sorry, Martin.
No,
I think that's what Martin's trying to get at. Use the run use the run game so then you could stretch the field.
Yes.
Don't stretch the field to then think you're gonna have a run.
Somebody
game.
made this comment, but I was like, we haven't opened the game with a run play the whole season.
Wow.
Have you seen it?
No.
I can't remember right now.
Literally, we have not.
I can't remember right now. The only first play I remember is this last one, and the one where Teddy got knocked out on the first play.
Monster went from getting 14 carries last game to 16 this game. If it doesn't get to 20 plus, I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, I
We're-
think the spotter saw him on the pop and he's like, all right, to let him relax and take a spot out because he went he was dominating the first quarter.
Yeah.
I
Dominating.
know that he was getting like 9
And
yards
then
a carry.
for him to come out like that, he had to feel dinged up or something, bro.
So
There's no reason. Chase Edmonds is one of the
trash.
worst.
You should have just
Did
ended
you-
your
you
conversation.
didn't,
Like
see, you didn't
trash.
see it because I saw it on TV. There says 16% of his carries are 10 yards. 16.
Yeah, no. Hey,
That's
listen,
a great. If you look at it, literally, that's a lot. That's a lot.
he's killing it, and the left side of the O line played fantastic.
We're gonna-
Eichenberg, yeah, you had the penalties, but Armstead being back,
No, he
is
looked
a
like the one with the
fucking
concussion on the first play of the game.
Oh, yeah.
This guy was like, or whatever.
monster. Yeah,
We're gonna stay on topic. I'm gonna ask you guys predictions for this week's game. I'm gonna start with Martin. Go ahead.
I don't think it's gonna be an easy game because I feel like the Lions are gonna come off that loss and try to come up and prove something to us. But
I didn't ask you all that. I asked you your
Yeah,
prediction.
Sorry.
no, he can
Nah, go ahead.
The
I'm joking,
Dolphins,
I'm
I see
joking.
the Dolphins come out to win, and I do think we'll put up 35. But I think the Lions will be putting up 21.
in garbage time or like the competitive.
That's the thing. That's we don't know. I say 21 to 28 points can be, and yeah, whatever they're gonna score on the Dolphins defense. But I just feel like that team can put up points, even garbage time or not. I feel like they've been putting up points. Third in the league before this game versus the Cowboys.
They're possibly getting Amon-Ra St. Brown back this week.
The concussion, who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
You don't know now
What do you
into
think?
today's fucking NFL with all
Let's
this
hear
stuff.
your thoughts, predictions, please.
So this is the one game I need to see the Dolphins offense play with a lead. I think we're gonna win. I want to say a 10-point game. So I'll go 31-21. 31-21 Dolphins.
All right. I'm gonna say 27-14 Dolphins.
Okay. That's fair. That's
Tua
fair.
over under interception.
Oh, that's my favorite prop in the NFL. That's my favorite one. I see Tua interception, fuck it, bank on it.
So Tua an interception, Martin.
He's lucky he didn't have 3 or 4 this game.
Yeah,
So
this game was
I'll give him. I think he'll clean it up. I don't think he'll be great. I think he'll be good. So I say I'll give him 1 interception. Yeah.
Tua no interceptions this week.
Oh, we just said hell yeah. Oh,
No.
but you're giving your
I'm
view
saying
now?
no interception
You're saying
this
clean
week.
games today.
Yeah,
Okay,
he had
good.
no interception last week. He
Lucky.
almost threw 4.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna go back, watch the tape, and be like, "Oh, damn." So I don't think he's gonna have an interception this week. I say 2 touchdowns.
Tua sliding this week, over under.
Oh,
Oh.
please. This is a great one. This is a great one.
I think he only slides once.
I can't believe this guy's still going out there gung ho and trying to.
I think again.
I get it. You're a football player. On the third
he's trying
down
to
where
prove
you're
something.
trying to
He's
get
trying to prove
something. On the third down, you're trying to get the first. I get it. Fight for the extra yard. But the other one where you're dropping the shoulder on second down
Happened
and
twice. I
putting
think
right
he dropped
into
the
the
shoulder on
linebacker. Yeah, the second
And
one was.
they kind of looked like they were like, I don't want to hurt this guy. Let me bring him down.
Yeah, exactly. Let me bring it gently. I saw this guy get stretchered. I was like, all right, I'm gonna give you a break, bro.
I don't want to be that guy.
No. I'm not that guy. But like, just use your head, bro. But I don't know if you guys listen to Big O. I'm a big fan of Big O. But this guy's been saying this. He doesn't listen to anybody. He's just gonna go play the game however he plays.
All right, carries. 15 or 15 for Mostert. 15 or under.
I think
15 over
Edmonds
under.
is finally gonna feel that bench for a nice little while. So I'm going super over on Mostert this week.
Don't say it. Super.
I
'cause we
think-
haven't seen more than 16 carries.
I'm no because
that was a season high, I think.
we're gonna play with a lead this week. I think that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we jump up 14-0.
I think if we
and then
have a lead like what you're saying right now, we're gonna see the backup, whoever that is, Edmonds or the other guy, get more carries.
No,
Gaskins.
but 14,
hope.
14 isn't a safe lead in this game. You're still gonna try to go and put up some points,
All right,
especially with the
you're-
Lions.
You're going over. You're
I'm going over.
as well
I'm going over.
Over on what?
on the carries.
14
for
carries.
Mostert.
How many carries?
14.
Nah, I'm gonna go even with that. He'll probably hit 14 max if anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say over. But let's see. Well, I've been saying it all year. We need it, and I don't think it's happened. So
Who's your MVP this week? You're gonna say Mostert again, right?
I think he's the one that can keep the game flow going, and I feel like he can keep the defense off the field. I feel like either when we're moving the ball, we're scoring fast, and our defense is on the field, or we're not scoring at all, and the defense is always on the field. So like, I don't think we're getting a median, like literally like a balanced game. We need the balanced game, and I feel like our lack of DB depth is gonna really appreciate the run game.
Your MVP this week,
I'm all in on Tua this week because we need it. He needs it for himself. I'm all in on Tua. Has to be. If he doesn't do it this week, then I'm already getting really nervous. And not like he shouldn't be quarterback 1, but
Hey, don't be nervous.
we
Sky's
need
the limit.
to see something, bro. Because
I saw something. I saw something.
Yeah, your guy's gonna be on the bench out for a nice little
Yeah,
while, bro.
I'm
I'm
so
gonna go with
don't you worry there.
MVP Tyreek Hill.
That's a good pick. Yeah.
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill will have 2 touchdowns this week.
Okay.
All right. So
That's-
we all got a Dolphins win apparently.
Okuda. There you go. I always forget his name.
Jeff Okuda. Okay, yeah.
We're coming off of a Dolphins win. Let's keep the season riding high. We're 4-3 now.
It got to be our first win episode, man.
Yeah,
That's a good.
Congrats.
That's a good thing.
Congrats,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Congrats.
Guys, let's.
We do this before every
congrats.
game. I guess we're doing this here
Yeah.
too.
We want to thank you guys. Martin has some things he want to say.
Now just check us out on YouTube, Instagram. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. It just
Tag
helps-
a Dolphin. That's
Yeah,
our
this guy-
say.
this
Tag
guy
a
is
Dolphin.
Dolphin. I don't know many, but go ahead.
All of us know somebody that's a Dolphins fan. Just share the link. Give us some feedback. I'm sure we're just regular Joe Schmoes talking about the team we love, bro.
Yep.
So how bad could it be?
I'm just the guy that watches the game. All right.
Yeah.
See you
All right,
guys next
thank
week.
you.
Thank you. Fins up.
Today's final thought is that I'm the winner.
All right, Noah.
How the hell does he win?
I don't know. He's the host.
Because I win.